I've always hated people that post stuff like this, you know, things that are like personal and raw. But I'm doing it for another reason, so let me tell you why. I think it would be nice to kind of look back onto, because right now I'm in the state of mind where I'm kind of numb, you know, I'm still in shock. So I'm pretty calm, but I know it will pass. And it will be nice to be reminded of certain things, you know, when I'm in that state of mind where I hate everything and I hate everyone and I want to die. And for you guys that don't know me, I'm pretty much like straight to the point, so if you got taken back, I'm so sorry. And then there's another thing where I know people deal with this as well. Like I'm not the only one. So I've learned a couple of things because I'm pretty self-aware, and I thought I would share it with you guys in case it would help, I guess. So let me tell you guys a little bit about myself. So I'm currently 22, my birthday was last month. I've been dealing with a lot of stuff in my entire life because I've experienced a lot of things, bullshit. I've experienced a lot of bullshit, and I'm very tired and I'm very exhausted, and it's hard, you know, it's hard. And I certainly did not expect this to happen. I mean, it's only been 6 days. Obviously I'm counting, it's been 6 days. And it's kind of hard to articulate, you know, so you just be patient with me. I feel that it's hard to pretend, you know, it's hard to pretend that everything is all right, that everything is okay, because it isn't. I'm trying to focus on other stuff right now, so I keep going to school. Even if I can barely stay for like 10 minutes, I try, you know, and I think that's a very important notion to do, to try. You gotta try, you gotta occupy your mind, you gotta do whatever it takes, because right now my mind is protecting me, it's shielding me, and that's why I haven't even cried. I genuinely haven't cried, and I thought I was psycho, you know, I thought I was crazy for not crying, but apparently I think it's my mind just kind of protecting me, and I know it will pass. And that's also why I'm doing this video, like I mentioned earlier, because when it does pass, I'm gonna be miserable, I'm gonna feel so fucking terrible, and I need something to tell me that, you know what, it's okay. It's okay. It's okay to feel like that. It's okay, because this is a very serious thing. It's a very serious matter, you know? But I digress. Some of the things that I learned, let's just get started. I don't want this video to be too long, you know? Be careful what you say and what you think, because a week prior to getting the news, I have prayed to God and the universe, right? And I told them, you know what, I'm ready to receive, because I was genuinely happy. I was genuinely so fucking happy. And I was like, I'm ready to receive, you know, whatever you have in store for me, I'm ready to receive. 1 week later, my brother died. And I genuinely feel responsible, and I feel guilty as fuck, because what if I made that happen, you know? What if I made him die, you know? And I get it, like, obviously, like I said earlier, I'm self-aware, so I understand it's ridiculous to think that way, but I still think that way either way, you know? I still do. So I would say be careful what you think and be careful what you say, because it will come back and haunt you, you know? It will come back and haunt you and bite you in the ass, and it will, yeah, it's just terrible. And then I would say think positive, you know, because it's very difficult, you know. Right now I hate everybody, I hate everything, and I kind of just want to be in my bubble where I'm alone and I'm safe. So it's kind of hard to be positive, but I think it's a very important notion to just try to be either way. If you think negatively, obviously you'll manifest more negative things, you know. So I think it's very important to think positive, especially in moments like this, because otherwise it will just drag you down further into quicksand, you know. So just try to be positive. It doesn't have to be like, oh my god, I'm so happy. No, just try to be grateful for like one thing, you know. One thing, you're still here. That's one thing, you know, you're still alive. Clearly God has a plan for you, and I don't know what it is. I genuinely don't know what my purpose is, and it's been haunting me as well for the couple of last months. I can't talk. For the couple of months, you know, for this, I gotta be patient with myself. I'm so sorry. I don't know what my purpose is, because I've been doing so much of like other things, and because I'm very creative, right? So I do music, I write books, I do a lot of like different things as kind of like outlets, I guess. They're my creative outlets, and that's also kind of why I'm doing this video, because I need to get it all out some way. I need to get it all out, but I now I just spiraled, and now I forgot what I was gonna say. I'm sorry, I forgot what I was gonna say. And then another thing that I learned, what was it? Right, you don't want to be chosen, and let me tell you what I mean with that. I basically mean that with my brother, right? I haven't even like talked about him like that, I guess, because I was gonna use this as a therapy session as well. So let me just talk a little bit about him as well. So I have 4 siblings. I have 3 brothers and I have 1 sister, and I'm the youngest, right? So the brother that died, I don't want to say his name, so I'm just gonna say like my nickname for him, Andy, and he was pretty much like me, and I think that's why we connected so well. The problem was that he only chose to have contact with me because he didn't live like with us. Obviously, he lived a little further away in like another city, because he liked to be alone, and I think he just wanted to get away, you know. He didn't want to be in this place, and I fully understand that, because this world has gone to shit. It's fucking miserable right now, and I genuinely thought this year was gonna be different, and the year hasn't even begun, and look what happened. But whatever, I digress. So he moved to another city, right, because he liked being alone, and I learned things from him, like being alone is okay. It's okay to be comfortable with yourself, even if you don't have a lot of friends, or even if you feel like the black sheep in the family, it's still okay. And I am very grateful for that. Right, that's what I meant earlier. Be grateful for like the little things, you know. But yeah, so I am grateful for that, because he taught me that it's okay to be alone. You know, it's okay to be in your own company. That's totally fine. And he was just a great person, you know. And right, what I meant with like being chosen is that he only chose to talk to me. He didn't want to talk to my mom. He didn't want to talk to my sister or my brothers. Like he just wanted to talk to me, and I never understood why. You know, why did he why did he point me out? You know, why did he point me out? Why did he think I was so special? You know, why was he so okay with just talking to me? Because I clearly, I don't think I'm that special, you know. I'm just a regular human being. I never really understood that, and it does make me feel weird, you know. It's not okay. It's not nice being like the chosen one. It's just a lot of pressure you have to carry around with you, and it's not good. I just always wondered, why me, you know? Why me? What was so special about me, you know? I don't see it. I don't see it at all. But I guess in a way he saw something in me, something that I still don't quite see. I don't understand why I decided to make this video, because a part of me feels bad about it, because he just died and here I am making a YouTube video about it. But I need an outlet, and I'm just so done with music for a while. I'm taking a break from music, so I don't want to do that. I guess it has to be this way. I just gotta remind myself, you know, be kind. That's another thing too. You gotta be kind to yourself, because even if you feel bad, or you have guilt or shame, whatever feeling or emotion you're feeling, you're still a human being, you know. Think of what your sibling or whatever, you know what I mean. What would they want, you know? What would they want you to do? They don't want you to be miserable. They don't want you to be sad, to just lay in bed and do nothing and just give up. They don't want that. And that's precisely why I try to go to school as well. I try to make something of myself. But every time I sit in that classroom, I can't. I just can't. I sit down for like 10 minutes and then I kind of have to go, because this is the only thing in my mind. You know, the only thing I'm currently thinking about is my brother and that he's dead. It's the only thing in my mind. And I feel like it's hard for people to understand if they haven't been through like this. So every time someone asks me like, how are you doing? They always ask me this other question after, like, how did it happen? Just because they don't know what to say. But if you don't know what to say nothing. All right, say nothing, because it doesn't matter. What happened, it doesn't matter. What matters is that it happened, not how it happened. And I think people kind of forget about that. So just bear that in mind. People will annoy the fuck out of you, and that's okay. That's okay. Just let it be, you know. Just let it go. I feel it's very important to remember. Just let it go. I also found like I'm very angry, probably with myself the most, and I've been starting to work out just to like sort of release that anger, and it's been helping me a lot. So I would say work out as well, and go for a run. I release a lot of anxiety when I run, so I like running. But I can't now because it's fucking snow outside, but still. So if you feel a lot of anger, just do like push-ups, you know? Just do some push-ups, and then if you feel a lot of anxiety, go for a run, you know, go for a run. Because in moments like this also, we just want to be alone, you know? We don't want to talk to anyone, we don't want to be with anyone, and that's okay. That's totally fine. But I found also what helps me is my friends. I have a small circle of friends, but I've known them for a lot of years, and they're my closest, you know, like ride or die. They are stuck with me through all my worst moments, and they're still here, you know, and that means a lot to me. So I would also say, be grateful for the friends you have around you, because they genuinely care. They care about you, and they want to be there for you. Let them be there for you. I hung out with my best friend, like, what was it, the day before yesterday, something like that, and it was just fun. I just laughed, and I didn't really think about the whole situation, and that was nice, because I think about the situation a lot, like every minute of every day. That's how much I think about it. So it was nice to just take some time away from the whole thing and just be in the moment, you know. And that's also another thing I learned. Life is short. Life is short. If you want to post something, post it. Which is why I'm just recording this. You know, because I don't have time to dwell on it. I don't have time to think I might die tomorrow. You know, so just do whatever you want to do. Do what you think is right. Do what feels right. Follow your heart. Alright? Just do it. Just do it. Don't overthink it. Because life is short. We don't know how many days we have on this earth. Make every second count, I would say. Obviously, it's hard to do that right now because it's kind of fresh. But I feel like after a couple of months, I will start to be calmer. You know, I will have grieved properly, and it will be easier to just be happy. I feel like. So just let it be for now, and then after a couple of weeks, months, do whatever you want to do. Like, I don't care what people say, just do it. If you want to do it. Because life is short. Life is fucking short. And you truly just realize this when it's just cast in front of your face. You know, when it just stares at you in the face. You know this stuff. You know life is short, but you don't really take it into account. You don't really think about it that much. You just sort of, it's like white noise, you know, it's just around you. But when something like this happens, it just truly clicks in your head. You know, it just truly clicks that, you know what, yeah, life is short. What the fuck am I doing, you know? So I would say, life is short, do whatever you want to do, you know? If you want to start that YouTube channel, do it. If you want to post, if you want to do like me, like an outlet or like therapy thing, do it. It doesn't matter. And I think people that hate on you for doing these things, they are pathetic. They're truly pathetic, because this is a personal thing. Someone has died. Why are you hating? You know, why are you hating? That's insane to me. That's insane. So you just ignore all the hate you're getting and just keep going. If it makes you happy, you know, just do it. It's been really hard, you know, especially when I get like reminders of Andy. Like, for example, if I hear a song that he's shown me, or I see things that he's gotten for me or bought for me, and I just see them just laying there, and I just sort of black out. I just sort of stare at them, and then I feel very bad, and then I just move on. I'm in a very like weird mindset or headset, whatever. I can just stare into space. Like, I'm thinking of nothing. I'm just staring into space, and it's just super weird. I feel like It's not normal behavior, it's definitely not normal behavior. But people cope differently. That's a very important thing to know, like people cope differently. Some people want to talk about it and some people don't. Some people just want to hear their own voice, which is like me, I guess. And some people, they work out or they move around because they can't sit still. Because if they sit still for like a minute, everything comes rushing back. So people cope differently. If you cope differently from your family, that's totally fine. That's okay. There's nothing wrong with that, There's nothing wrong with that at all. This is the 6th day, so it's been moving pretty fast. My mom has been, taking calls, going out and in and out and in, doing like, not business, but doing the things that she has to do, like funeral arrangements, So I think it's a lot hard for like my mom especially. So be kind to your parents. Like if you've lost a sibling, at least be kind to your parents, because they don't have time to think. They don't have time to grieve or cry, because they have to do all of these things. So just be kind to them, because if you think they're not reacting or they're just ignoring the thing, no, they're not. They don't have time. And I think that's very important to just to understand. After the funeral, I think everybody will be miserable, but also have a closure, But I just hate that it moves so fast. I mean, it's been 6 days. My mom had to get ready like the first day, the second day, she had to get ready with the funeral arrangements. We don't really have time to think. And that's also why I think I'm kind of like numb and still in shock. I haven't had time to process it, because every day new information comes. So it's been pretty tough. There's this one mindset that I keep telling myself, and it's a very good mindset, so I wanted to share with you guys in case you don't have one, It's like a motivation quote or whatever. But I won't let this world break me. That's what I keep telling myself. It's like a mantra. I won't let this world break me. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what they throw at me. I won't let it. Because I am here for a reason, and I am not going out right now. I am young, I'm not going out. Like, no. I am here for a reason, and I won't let this world break me. No matter what God and the universe has in store, whatever the world throws at me, I will not let it break me. I will not let it break me. No. And I think that's just a very good mantra, because it makes you strong, it gives you strength and kind of hope as well. I think that's a good thing to remember. So if you have a hard time, just say this mantra, like, I will not let this world break me. I genuinely have it as my lock screen, as a reminder. I will not let this world break me. My head just went blank. What was I talking about? But yeah, obviously it will get tougher. Like I said earlier, my mind is just protecting me. So that's why I'm so calm. I'm just like lifeless. I'm just here. I'm just existing at this moment. And I think it will be very difficult. So I'm just gonna say a couple of things to myself. And if they agree with you, that's awesome. If not, you can just skip, I guess. But you made it very far. You have guts. You have what it takes. You got this. It's hard right now, and I know it's hard. It's fucking difficult, and you just want to die, and that's okay. It haven't been the first time, probably won't be the last, but you are strong. You've made it so far. Try to look at the positive side, like if something bad happens, surely something amazing will happen to sort of limbo it, to conquer it or whatever the fuck. So just be patient. And if you don't want to go to school, that's fine. If you just want to lay in bed, that's fine. This is a very personal thing. He meant a lot to you, and you have a lot of good memories with him. That is totally fine. That is totally fine. I am here for you, and I always will be. And for the kid in me, I'm so sorry. I'm just so sorry. I don't know what else to say. It's very hard right now. You have survived a lot of things. This is probably the worst, but it probably won't be the last. So just stay strong. You got this. I love you. You're awesome. Yeah, another good thing to know as a reminder, don't listen to sad songs. I am not allowing myself to listen to sad songs. Like, no, they're relatable, sure, but they will only drag me further down, so I will not allow it. Bad TV shows, movies, no, nothing. I try to listen to, it's music that's understandable, but it's not really depressing, if that makes sense. So I try to listen to that music, and then I have like another playlist on my Spotify called Enjoy Life, which is for like, you live once sort of playlist. And I just listen to that one as well, because it's important to not be consumed, by all the negative things, by bad music, bad TV shows and movies, bad opinions, bad vibes. I think that's very important, because they will just drag you down, They will just, it's simple, but it's true. They will just drag you down, so just try to stay clear from that. I also watch like Rick and Morty just because Rick Sanchez is funny, but he's also he is a very negative person. So it's kind of fun, because I'm relating to that a lot right now. So just watch Rick and Morty if you like Rick and Morty, I also watch The Big Bang Theory because it's funny. It's one of my favorite TV shows. So I would also say do things that you enjoy, that you like. And I get it, it's hard, If you try to watch something, then you're just like, no, I can't do it. Or you might not even enjoy it as much as you used to, but just try. I think that goes a long way to just try. It's okay if you can't, but try. Every day, try, because it will get easier. And for people that don't know like how to handle things like this, or they haven't experienced this, I don't have anything to say to you. I genuinely don't. And like I mentioned earlier, I'm very straight to the point. I have no time for bullshit, especially right now. It's okay that you don't know what to do, but I think what's important is to just be there. Just be there. Just text your friends like, how are you? How are you doing? Or your family. Try to be in the same vicinity, at least in the same room, at least once a day, because you can't be locked in your room and only think about yourself, because this doesn't happen to only you. It happens to everybody. And I think that's a very important notion to just keep in mind. You're not alone in this. Don't try to be either. What helps me the most, I would say, is probably my friends. Like, if I ever want to just not think about it, I just tell them, what's up, or like we just talk on the phone, and it's like a nice escapism, like getaway. It's nice. And then obviously I do things that I enjoy, like watching movies, TV shows, reading books, listening to music. I also try to work out, and I do yoga just to move my body. I feel like it's very important to move your body. And then drink a lot of water, probably, because it's tough, like eating and drinking right now. You have no appetite, and it's totally like understandable, but you have to force yourself to eat, because you need food, you need protein, you need all of that. So if you have a hard time eating, that's okay. Just try, and if that doesn't work, force yourself, because it's very important. Whoever you lost wants you safe, they want you loved, and they want you taken care of. Remember that. Just remember that. Do whatever it takes. You have to have that ego, you're gonna do whatever it takes. I genuinely have that every time I wake up, Okay, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that. Yeah, I'm gonna go to school, let's go to school. It doesn't matter if I stay or not. What matters is that I try. Every day I try to make my brother proud. And I think you should do that too. If you're not doing that, then do that, I guess, is what I'm trying to say. Allow yourself to grieve. Allow yourself to cry. And if you can't, like me, then just do it at the funeral, or after the funeral. Like when the funeral happens, obviously it's very real, it's very emotional, and you don't have to think about funeral arrangements because they're all done, So I think it's very important to, if you want to cry or if you don't want to cry right now, do it at the funeral, because that's kind of the perfect moment. I cried a lot when my grandma died, for example, in the funeral. I had my other brother, I'm very close to him and we're like similar in age. So I sat next to him and I just cried into his shoulder for like an hour. But it was good. It was like a good release. So if you're not allowing yourself to cry, or even if you can't cry, try at the funeral. You know, if you feel in the funeral, if you feel like tears are coming, let them. You know, let them. I think it's very important to remember. Life is tough right now, and it will keep being tough. And it's crazy that I can even do this. You know, that I can even film and discuss this in such a calm manner. I'm actually very proud of myself for being able to do that. But I think also it's because I'm still in shock, like I mentioned. My mind is still protecting me from all the chaos. So yeah, I don't look forward to it when it doesn't protect me, because that's when it all comes like crashing down, and I don't look forward to that at all. I don't look forward to that at all. Life sucks, you know, life sucks. It will always suck. But there are good moments too. Try to focus on the good moments. That's what I try to do. I try to think of the good memories I have with my brother, and the good memories I have, you know, excluded of my brother. Just like good memories. I just try to focus on the positive, on the good things around me. Like I'm still here, you know, that even if I don't want to be, I'm still here. And I have great friends around me. They're very supportive and very loving and caring and very truthful as well. So I'm very grateful for that. And I'm very grateful that I have a great family to stand behind me and be there for me in this time of need, while I try to do the same for them. I am also very grateful for life in general, because there are sucky moments like this, but there are good moments too, like I mentioned. And I feel so bad even saying this, but something bad happens, obviously something good has to happen to like equal the balance or whatever. So I'm just waiting to see, because it has to be good. You kill my brother, it has to be good, you know. So I'm kind of alive just to see what that is, you know, I guess. One thing I want to leave with you guys as well is that it's hard being faithful. You know, it's hard to actually trust God and the universe when something like this happens. But I don't know, because if I don't trust Him, I don't know what else to do. You know, so I just kind of trust Him by default, if that makes sense. And I just have to believe in the greater good. You know, that something good will happen. That it's all meant to be. I strongly believe in God and the universe, right? So I still pray to them, you know, every night before I go to bed, I pray to them, you know, talk about my day like nothing happens or happened. And it is hard, because it's like I'm ignoring what's happening, kind of, but it is what it is. I also feel like it's like at one point in your life you're gonna get to this mindset, but it is what it is. Like if you've been through so much as I have, you're not even shocked. Like it is what it is. Like one bad thing happens, yeah, that tracks, you know. And it is very sad. I get that, it's very sad, but I think it helps to pray. It helps to at least to just think that something good might come along, you know, because it gives you hope. And if you believe in God and the universe, then clearly you know whatever they're doing for you, you know, and they're so full of love as well. So I just try to focus on my good relationship with them instead of turning it into a bad one. So just think about that as well. I like I said, I don't have a lot of words. I don't know really how to explain it in a more better way, but I'm trying, you know, I'm trying, and that's all you can do in this life. You can just try. So yeah, just keep your faith, you know. Don't let what happened destroy your relationship with God and the universe, you know. Just keep it intact, because whatever they're doing it for you. The problem is it might not be whatever you thought it would be, you know. But it's also, I keep hearing about this mindset where it's always gonna be bigger than you've ever imagined. So even if I have this dream of like traveling or whatever, it might be bigger than that. So I'm just kind of waiting and hoping that it will happen soon, you know, because I just want to get away, I guess, escape. But you can't do that either. You gotta deal with your emotions. You gotta sit with them and be like, yeah, this is what happened. It is what it is, you know. I probably sound like a robot. I'm so sorry for that, but it's true. Like if you've been through a lot of things in life, nothing will shock you anymore. You know, it's just another Tuesday for you. And it is very sad, but if you've been through a lot, clearly you will get through this. You just keep thinking like that. You've been through a lot, you survived it, it made you stronger. This will too. It has to. It has to. I want to talk a little bit about my brother, just because I haven't talked about him at all with anyone, so I just want to get it out. He was just a great human being. The first time I visited him, he actually built me a desk. He bought a desk and then he like set it up for me as well. And no one had ever done that for me, you know, just buy me something and then actually set it up for me. That was the kind of person he was. He was a very, very kind person. And obviously we had a lot in common. We both liked TV shows and movies. And it was just very nice to have something like that in common with someone close to me. Because sure, you can have it with a stranger or someone you met or you're dating, but it doesn't feel the same. You know, it doesn't feel the same. So it was just very nice. And I am very grateful for the things he's shown me and taught me as well. And I just hope that he's up there, being proud of me, the fact that I'm still standing, and that he's looking over me. Yeah, he was just a great person. He was very understanding as well. Like sometimes if he paid for like my tickets to go visit him and I just felt like anxious and I couldn't do it, he would just be like, that's fine. Keep the money, that's fine. And that's the kind of person he was. He was just so kind and compassionate and so selfless as well, that it's sad that someone good got taken out of this world. I've never understood that. Why would God take away someone that's good? A person that is genuinely good. It was the same thing with my grandma. Sure, I didn't know much about her, but she was a good person. Why would God take her away? But obviously she was old. There were circumstances. But what I'm trying to say is that I don't quite understand why good people has to die. You know, he was such a good person. He deserved to live a full life. It just bugs me. You know, it just pisses me off. Someone that good died. It's just, what has this world gone to? Like, truthfully, this world is broken. This world is fucking broken. And no one is stepping up. No one is saving it. It's insane. It's like one thing after another. When will you guys get up and be like, you know what, I've had enough. I've had enough. Like, it's time for this world to change. Because this is insane. This is actually insane. It just pisses me off, you know? It just pisses me off. I thought my worst year would be last year. But apparently it's this year. And it's just, I think what pisses me off the most is that I found myself. I was so happy. I had come to realizations and I was stepping into like my it girl era or whatever. I was stepping into like this good thing. And then literally the next day I find out my brother has died. The next day. That's insane. That's crazy. And it just pisses me off as well, because why would you take away my happiness, my joy? I just have a head full of questions, I guess. And I don't think anyone can answer them as well. And it's just sad. Like, this whole situation is very sad. I wish circumstances were different. You know, I wish he was still here. I wish he wasn't dead. And I just think of myself of how foolish I've been thinking, you know? I've been thinking of like small things that they were detrimental and that they were that they were hurtful and stuff like that, and that they were bringing me down, and that I was pretty ashamed of myself. But then something huge happens like this, and I just realized that how I was thinking, it was insane. Like having issues being on your own. Dude, your brother died. That's nothing compared to that, you know? There's nothing will ever compare to something like this. And I think that's probably another thing I learned. I think this video will probably help a lot of people as well as me. And that's genuinely the only reason why I decided to record this in the first place. I wanted to have like not like a diary, but like a reminder for myself when the tough moments come, you know, when I'm having a really, really hard time. I wanted something that I can look back onto and be like, you know what, that's right. You know, I'm totally right. I also wanted to help people that have been through the same thing, kind of share my experience and what I've learned and the good mindsets to have. But I think I've done all of that. I think I'm genuinely just done.